Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm meant to be in the office right now. Meant to be recording 5 things in the office, but I'm not in the office because I've just decided to come here. And break down. I love having a 30-year-old Land Rover Defender. I absolutely love driving it. It's a right laugh. It's a car that absolutely matches my personality. I love the look of it, but it is on a timeshare with the local garage. I'm pretty sure my fuel pump has just gone. So here I am, outside the Etihad, doing 5 things. I've also got to do a video with Rio at some point as well. I have no idea if I'm going to have the battery to be able to do that. But we move. Right, 5 things we learned watching Manchester United. Am I doing this out here? Yeah, I'm doing it out here because the grind never stops, lads. I'm sitting here waiting for the RAC to come, and I might as well get some videos done while I'm doing it, aren't I? So yeah, we are doing it right here. Right then, first thing was the positive start. We did start positively, and I've seen some people going, we can't just say we started well and then we didn't finish. Ultimately, you can, because it happened. That's the thing with analysis of games. If the only thing that mattered with football was the results, there wouldn't be 24-hour news channels dedicated to them. There wouldn't be pages and pages and pages of newspapers written on every single game. There wouldn't be fan channels. There wouldn't be fanzines. There wouldn't be people on Twitter giving you the ins, the outs of everything. It would just be like the lottery numbers. There's the numbers. There's the results. Off you pop. The results matter, but how you got to the results is why, because it's such a low-scoring game, because opinions are what drives everything when it comes to football. We love discussing it, all of us, not just people who have a job creating content or being journalists or work on Sky TV. All of us, in this country especially, up and down the country, workplaces will be people having a brew, discussing the game. It's part of our culture. It's what we do. I will say we started brightly. You know, Cunha was absolutely phenomenal for that first 10 minutes of the game. And it looked like it was going to be a mad comfortable afternoon. Like I said in my review, I was sitting there thinking, oh, this is 3-4 nearly. Like, it's exactly how I envisaged it going in the couple of days beforehand. Like, I know Fulham can be a tricky place, and I know we don't have the best of records there, but I just had a vibe that we were cooking something against Arsenal, and if we played like that, we would start well, we would score. And I think I even said it on Friday in the preview I did with Ronnie. I think we was going to score, and then we were going to get a second, and then when we made our subs with an hour gone, we was going to get a third. And I genuinely felt like the game was going to go like that. Ultimately, I was wrong, and it didn't go like that. We didn't get that early goal. If we had, I do think it might have ended up being a different game, but you can't ifs and buts and maybes. You have to analyse what happened, and what happened is we didn't score. And then we didn't have the trust or confidence in what we were doing to be able to just keep doing the right thing. So pre-season has to continue. We still have to keep hammering it into the players to do the right thing, to understand and deliver the system. You know, there's I guess there's time to work on stuff, but maybe this week not so much, with it being a midweek game against Grimsby before we play Burnley at the weekend. Number 2, last season PTSD, I think. Negative flashes of last season. The team that capitulates, the mentality of a team that doesn't quite trust what it's doing, can't sustain a 90-minute performance, fades late in games, allows other teams to get in and get a foothold in games. The team that allows final third entries too much. The team that's too easy to play against. We've had big investment in pretty much just one area in the summer. The focus shifted immediately from last season. We can't score goals. We haven't got the personnel who we trust to score the goals. That changed. We now have the personnel that I would trust to score the goals. And now the midfield looks a problem. And again, I mentioned this last night in the live that I did, but I will happily go and do a tactical video, maybe if I get a chance back end of this week, that looks into how we could maybe shape up a little bit different. Now, what's interesting is, even though I think we are easy to play against, we have only conceded from set plays. What does that tell you? well, immediately it tells us we have to be better at set plays, right? 3, the goals still aren't coming. So we've scored 0 goals from open play after signing 2 of the biggest. Well, actually, no, we've technically scored 0 goals because it was an own goal, wasn't it? We've amassed 3.91 XG over both games. That would have been enough for at least 1 win, wouldn't it? We signed 2 of last season's biggest overperformers when it came to XG. And at the moment, they're not converting. £200 million worth of attacking talent with, another that admittedly isn't getting so much on the bench. Goals win games. We're not scoring enough goals. And I know there's a lot of people immediately going, you crucified Rasmus Højlund for this last season. It wasn't just the lack of goals with Rasmus Højlund. It was the lack of everything with Rasmus Højlund. There's a crucial difference there. Like, we weren't coming off the pitch last season and going, I tell you what, didn't Rasmus look good? Just needs to add the finish. No, we weren't. That's completely misrepresenting what was going on with Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund, you were going, why is he trying to fight the defenders? Why isn't he running in behind? Why is he doing this? Why is his hold-up play so bad? Why is his link-up play so bad? Why isn't he getting on the ball? Why isn't he running in the box? Why does he run so straight when he does? So don't act like Rasmus Højlund's performances are even remotely related to the performances that we've seen from Mbuemo or Cunha. That's just agenda, and it's just wrong. Sesko we haven't seen enough of to be able to correctly give an opinion on. But I feel like, and I could be wrong, I feel like as soon as he gets in, everybody starts to look that little bit better, I think. Number 4, Mainoo. Now, on top of the midfield problems, you've got a couple of problems in the midfield. Number 1 is there's too much space. Number 2 is you're not controlling the ball. Number 3 is Mainoo's not playing a single minute in 2 games. Sat on the bench for both games. Amorim says he's competing with Bruno for playing time. Cool. You're going to play about 5 minutes more than I play, if that's the case. And I'm talking about for Manchester United. Because Bruno don't get subbed and Bruno don't get injured. So how are you competing with a guy that don't get subbed and who don't get injured and who plays every week, and actually you'll move other people around to fit him into the team? How does that work? That's a problem for Mainoo. What does that mean for his future? Now, I do see a player that's capable of learning and understanding and playing in that position. I do. But I also see a flawed position in midfield. I also see problems with the way that midfield is set up. And I see midfield becoming the issue that the lack of a number 9 was for us last season. And like I said a second ago, we've only conceded from corners, but it does feel like we're very easy to play against. And if we become harder to play against, but then better on the ball, surely that's mad impactful for how we perform in games. We had a lot of possession against Arsenal. I think that was swayed by the way the game finished rather than the full sort of array of the game. I think we had more possession throughout the game, but the end result of how much possession we had was because of how the game finished. Against Fulham, they had more of the ball. How are we not taking the ball? But then you watch us play and you go, yeah, okay, we can be vertical, that's fine. And with Bruno and Casemiro, their sort of instinct is to go vertical, is to send it early. And I don't mind that, because I thought we were very methodical at times last year and a bit slow on the back of that. But you can't do that every single time. And like Rio mentioned in the live that we did last night, at times you want to see someone put their foot on the ball and take control of the tempo of the game. I believe Kobbie can do that. I think he can do that better than Casemiro. I think he can do that better than Bruno. I think he can do that better than Ugarte. Out of the 4 midfielders we've got, he's the closest person we've got to be able to put his foot on the ball and lend it to people and get it back. Give it them and get it back. Give it them and get it back. Control the tempo. Stop us going direct at times and say, no. We're going to just keep the ball. Just for this 2 minutes, yeah? The game's getting a little bit basketball. Let me just hold on to it. Okay, we in control. Have we squeezed them back? Have we forced them back now? Have we stopped their forward momentum? Have they stopped pressing us? Fantastic. Let's try and speed it up and see what we can do. That's what you got to do. That's how you manage football games. You can't just go hell for leather. You can't just press everything for 90 minutes and send the ball forward constantly. Yes, if you're fitter than everyone else, it can come out and you can absolutely like batter teams into submission with stuff like that. But I don't think it's sustainable. Certainly don't think it's sustainable once you get back into European football. If you do next season, it's not going to work like that. And finally, Amorim. Is he under pressure already? Yeah. I mean, I did talk about this a little bit last week where I said I feel like he has to win against Fulham, because you get away with like losing and having a good, strong performance the way he did against Arsenal, but you're not going to get away with that for a long time. Like, his Premier League record, I mean, I'm sure it's been brought up by 50 different people today, is not good enough. And the 29 games, 28 points, it's not enough, is it? By a long way, it's not enough. There's more losses than wins. You can't have that and be Manchester United manager. Like, I use the analogy of an arcade game. Like arcade games, like a racing game, an arcade game, where you have to beat the clock. You know, you go through these little time checks. You have to beat the clock to continue racing. I feel like there's a little bit of an element of that with Ruben Amorim at the moment. Like, he almost has to maintain a certain pace, or he has to get to a certain position in the race to keep going. Like, you don't just get to park up, figure it all out, and then step onto the track once everyone else has already finished. You've got to be able to retool this team at the same time. Retool the team at the same time as being able to be at least a little bit competitive. No one thinks you need to win the league this year. I don't think. I mean, maybe there's 2 or 3 people on Twitter, but no one with a brain was like, I think Ruben Amorim has to win the league. No, we just want to see improvement. At the moment, 1 point out of 6 is not improvement. He needs to start getting towards the 2 points per game sort of mark, and then we can start having to think about where do we go from there. But right now, it is just comfortably not good enough. It's problematic. Anyway, Stephen Howson from outside the Etihad, waiting for the RAC. I will be back. You might be getting player ratings from here as well. I don't know. But either way, Monday started absolutely sensationally, hasn't it? I don't know how much this is going to cost me. It's a right kick in the bollocks, isn't it? See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.